Welcome back to this reading session. In today's reading session, again we will be reading stories from the books 365 Morale, and the first story will be read by Aratrika.
Hey!
So the story name is Greedy Cat.
A cat found herself in a field with lots of mice. But she had one problem. She couldn't stop herself from killing a mouse when she saw one. She killed more mice than she could eat. The one that she couldn't eat started rotting and were wasted. Within a week, all the mice in the colony were killed. As they passed, the cat started feeling hungry. She started thinking about all the mice that she wanted wasted just because she couldn't get over her greed.
Moral of the story is
It's better to plan
smartly than to be greedy.
Peter's rough
The
day.
next story is Peter's Rough Day. So
From
let's read.
Shirista.
Sudeshna, yes. There was a 10 years old boy called Peter. He was very upset as he was walking to school one day. He hadn't completed his homework. He hadn't eaten breakfast and he wasn't prepared for the big class test. While he was walking past a garden, he saw a little girl sitting on a bench. She was holding crutches and was wearing artificial legs. But when he saw Peter, she gave him a bright smile. The smile changed Peter's day and made him realize how fortunate he was. This helped him get through the day. Moral: a smile can change someone's day. So we should always be smiling. Okay? Whatever bad is your day, it must be good. It must be better than others. There are so many people whose day is worse than you. So always you have to smile. Got it?
Oh.
The next story is The Loud Firecracker.
No, you.
Okay, I will read that. Halloween was just around the corner. A group of children wanted to play a prank. They came up with an idea for a mean trick. They decided to burst some firecracker to scare everyone. They bought a large basket of firecracker and started bursting them at sunset. One firecracker burst very loudly and started shooting towards the children. They got the fright of their lives and ran away. Their prank had failed to scare everyone but themselves. Moral: don't try to trick other people. The joke may turn on you.
Yes, 2 rams and a jackal.
The next story is Two Rams and a Jackal.
2 rams who lived in the forest were best friends, but they often fought with each other. One morning, they got into an argument over a petty issue. A cunning jackal happened to passing by. When he opened the rams arguing, he said, why don't you two just fight it out? The one who wins the fight will be declared right. Both of the rams agreed. They started hurting each other with their horns. Within no time, they injured each other badly. The jackal took advantage of the situation and killed them. Moral: if you fight with your friends, your enemies will take advantage on you.
Of you.
Please rabbit bicycle, please. Fairy in the jungle.
The next story is Fairy in the Jungle. A fairy once got lost in a jungle. There she met an evil witch. "You are in my jungle," said the witch. "To get out, you will have to fight me." "But I don't want to fight," the fairy said. "In that case, you shall remain here." The witch replied, "I was trying to protect you because I know I am stronger," the fairy said. But if fighting is the only way, then I am ready." They fought and the fairy won effortlessly. The witch disappeared into the air and was never heard of again. Moral of the story is, don't try to fight those who are wiser and stronger than you.
Why?
Because then you will lose the fight. The next story is Ruby Rabbit's bicycle. Ruby Rabbit's mother bought her a shiny yellow bicycle. Ruby was very proud of her new bicycle. All her friends loved it too. She allowed them to take turns riding it. Soon, Ruby noticed her friends were going out of their way to be nice. Hansel the hedgehog offered her his chocolate biscuits, and Olivia the otter lent Ruby her pink hair clips. When Hansel and Olivia asked to ride her bicycle, Ruby couldn't say no. That's why they were being so nice, thought Ruby sadly. Moral: acts of kindness often have hidden motives. The next story is The Frog in the Well. There once lived a frog named Freddy. He had spent his entire life in a well. For Freddy, the world started and ended with the well. He thought that water existed only within the walls of the well. One summer, it didn't rain and the well started to dry up. Freddy flew into a panic. He thought that the world was coming to an end. A wise crow visited the well for a sip of water. "Dear frog," said the crow, "why are you not shifting to a place with more water?" Freddy was startled. "What?" he exclaimed. "Isn't this the only place in the world that has water?" The crow laughed heartily at Freddy's ignorance, but also felt sorry for the poor frog. Had he not come along, Freddy would have died of thirst. "No, dear frog," the crow explained. "There are many other places that have water and are more beautiful than the one you live in. Pack your bags and get ready to explore the world that lies out of your well. Ignorance is limiting."
The elephant dream. Jumbo the elephant always dreamt about flying. He would see the birds flying high above the sky. "Oh, how I wish I could fly," he would sigh to himself. One day, he decided to try flying. He gathered some leaves and made fake wings out of them. He attached those wings to his back and climbed on a rock. He observed a bird taking flight from nearby a branch and tried to copy it, but he fell on his face. It had hurt his trunk. Moral of the story is, always be yourself.
So the next story, which will be the last story for this session, is Fish Who Swam into Danger. A big shoal of fish lived in an ocean. They hadn't been discovered by man. The fish didn't even know that man existed. One day, the fish were approached by a turtle who had traveled the whole world. "Don't go ahead," he warned. "The man has laid a net to catch you all." "Man?" the fish asked. "There's nothing known as men in the world." While all the fish swam ahead, one little fish stayed back. As warned by the turtle, the area had been discovered by fishermen who had spread a strong net. The ignorant fish that has paid no attention to the turtle's word swam right into the net. The little fish with the courage to break away from the group was the only fish that stayed alive. All the other fish were captured and the fisherman enjoyed eating them for dinner. Moral: always heed the words from those wiser than you. That's why mommy and papa are telling you to sometimes listen to them. Okay, so this was the last story for today's session. Tomorrow again we'll meet and again we'll read few stories. So if you like these story reading sessions, please comment below. If you want to if you want to be part of Creative Thinking Academy, there is link below. That is the link for attending the free session. Join in, register for the free session and experience the magic. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.